Hello there, welcome back to the 26th session under Oracle Architectural Journey. Let me share the screen. So in the last session that we got to know that in a given time frame there can be one or more SCNs. We got to know that conversion between time to SCN and SCN to time, and with this query we got that minimum and maximum SCN numbers. You may remember that one. So let's continue from there. Now in this session, let's try to understand how the transitions are assigned SCNs. Whether it's going to be per transition basis. In the theory we mentioned every event Oracle assigns a SCN. Check on those things practically how is really going to work. Okay, let's continue practical. First of all, I am just trying to create a table and I am going to get the current system change number. Create a table. So first of all, let's drop the table called T. So that's the table that I am going to create. Just a single column. And let me run that one. Okay, table got. Yeah, let's run these entire statements. Okay, so I got the table created. This is the current SCN number. So let's make a note of it. That is the current database SCN number as of now. Let's make a note of it. Then now what I am going to do, I am going to run a for loop where it's going to insert 1000 rows for that particular table. 1000 rows for that particular table. You can see for I likewise 1000 times and inserting. So 1 to 1000 values. And there is no commit, just a for loop. What was going to happen, you will get 1000 times the insert query will be fired. That's going to happen if you run this one. After running, if you just run, let's run the select count star from T. You can see almost 1000 rows are there now. There is no commit, just the insert only. Since the insert command is running 1000 times, we can think that Oracle will assign 1000 SCNs because insert is a transition. So per insert there should be SCN number. So let's check that one. Now current SCN number we got it. We recorded it here. Now we will do something like this. Let's get that SCN. Get SCN number, and this query will give the number of SCNs generated. Let's run that one and see. Yes, like that. This query what it will do, get system chain number minus the current system chain number, whatever the incremented number. This was the one initially there before the query executed. Once it reduced, once we put minus, we get the number of increments, how many SCNs are newly generated. Now if you run this one, we can see only 63 SCNs. You have noticed now, even though there are 1000 insert statements, there have been no 1000 SCNs, only 63 SCNs. And again, more out of those 63, nearly 20 to 30 should be allocated for the background process, because there are background processes now for them also. Oracle assigns SCN number whenever an activity takes place. So that means what? Per statement it is not generating like this now. But you need to notice this statement is what? You may remember we in the slide on theory there was a statement. Oracle assigns a SCN every transition. If an update occurs and SCN is assigned, see all other modifications on that transition will have the same SCN. So that is something to notice. Now in this particular transition, in this particular one, it is within the same for loop the inserts are firing. So now you notice Oracle is considering as is a continuation of the same transition. So it has not generated new SCNs. That is what. And we will check further. We will continue further. It only advanced SCN by 153 as per this transition, but as per this particular practical. But in our case, only advanced by 63. but we have done 1000 insert statements. Okay, let's continue. And but we did over 1000 DML statements. True, the SCN is not assigned to a SQL statement. The SCN is incremented upon commit. Let's continue. Now it says in the document I have mentioned upon commit. Okay, let's do it like this. Now I am going to get the SCN again. Now the current SCN, it should have been incremented by now. No? So let's get the SCN again. Now the current SCN is this. Let's make a note of it. This is the current SCN as of now. Now the for loop we are going to execute with a commit. Now per insert we are going to have a commit like this. Per insert, you can see that insert commit, insert commit. Now when you run this, let's run this. Completed. Now if you try to execute the query, now let's try it. Now we need to replace, now this is the runtime and that's okay, runtime variable, or we can just simply replace this one. This is the value, no, it will request at runtime, but that's okay. So now if you redo, let's check now what has happened. This is the current SCN and this is the SCN before executing the transaction. Now with commit, let's see what's going to happen. If we run this one and see how many increments. Now you got it. Now you see more than 2000 even. So it's a very clearly, you notice in the previous case only 65, but now because of the commit, each transaction after each insert there's a commit, so it has assigned per transaction and it has assigned SCN. So that what it means, and a per commit basis. So whenever there's a commit, definitely Oracle is assigning a new SCN. So that's proof for that. Hope you got the idea what's going to happen. Not just because of a transaction, but we can try out furthermore, because now this insert we did within the for loop. No, if we do the insert separately one by one, we can test that one. I think in this practical we are doing the same. Yeah, we are doing. Okay, now again let's get the SCN number. Now it has increment now because of the commit. Now again let's get the new SCN number. Okay, this is the new SCN number. Let's make a note. That's a new one. Now what I am going to do in insert separately, not within the for loop. So Oracle definitely will consider this as a separate transaction. Insert, one row insert, inserted and no commit. I am checking what is the SCN now. What is the previous SCN? 4112. Now let's see what's the SCN. Let's keep that here. 4112. Now what's the SCN? Okay, it has gone to 648. That means it has incremented. It has gone up now. 648 earlier. It was 4112. Then no, I think, yeah, 4112. Again, if you now, now we check that one. Again, if you do another insert, now you can do it. It is here now. Let's try another insert. And if you now check the value, see, it has gone to now 656. Okay, let's try it again. You try it again. Now you can see it has gone to 672. And again, if you try, and 674. So what you are noticing here, again if you try 674, now what is the value? 676. So now it's gradually increasing. And again if you try, 678. So now it's going 2 by 2. Likewise 681, and if you change this transaction, let's say 684, likewise. So if you put a commit, now what did you notice there? Because the transaction is running separately, not within the for loop, it is keep on increasing, assigning new SCN, because it's considering as a new transaction. And if you commit, now if you try it, definitely it's going to have an increment there, because the commit definitely is going to increase the value of the SCN number. Hope you got the idea. So, those are, I mean, that's what it explains here in the theory. Oracle assigns every transaction, but conditionally. If the transaction is just a modification of a previous statement within a for loop like, it won't assign a new SCN. But if it's a new transaction, new DML or new select, it's running isolated separately, yes, it is going to assign SCN. And definitely in a commit, it's going to have a new SCN assigned, because it's just to notice, mark that particular statement as being commit, and up to that place the commit has been completed, because committing means you are confirming the transaction and reload has to be updated, just to mark that one as per commit, because up to that place you cannot afford to lose data. So, it is important at recovery as well as in the next checkpoint. Let us understand that one when you explain the checkpoint as well. Okay, fine. So, I hope you got the idea there how transactions and SCNs are behaving. Fine. So, let me stop here. In the next session, let's try to do further. We'll dig in further with the transaction ID, system chain number base, undo segments, undo slots, sequence, and likewise those details. So, because we need to deep dive a little bit further. So, let's do it in the next session. Okay, I'll meet you soon in the next session. Have a great time. Bye bye.